Hey guys, this is Extreme Spidey Guy here, and today I'm going to be doing a movie ranking of all the Spider-Man movies. And this list will not include Venom, Venom Let There Be Carnage, and Morbius, but it is going to include all of the standalone Spider-Man films with Peter Parker, and it'll also include Into the Spiderverse as well. So without further ado, let's get started. Coming in at ninth place is The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Now, this is the worst Spider-Man movie ever, in my opinion, and the only Spider-Man movie I do not like. Excuse me. The villains just get underused, and they're all one-dimensional. Electro looks like a Sith Lord in a hoodie. Dandy Han is trying as Harry Osborn, but he just couldn't do it. Like, Harry's dead. Yeah, just James Franco is my Harry Osborn. Yeah. And the Rhino looks like a rehash of the Ironmonger from the Iron Man movie from 2008, which I have a poster right here. Felicity Jones is wasted in the film as Felicia Hardy. Chris Cooper is wasted as Norman Osborn. Maybe they could have just brought Willem Dafoe back. I don't know. And Alistair Smythe is even wasted in the film as well. And I noticed, like, J. Jonah Jameson's not even in this film. He's just wasted. Well, the only good things about the movie is Stanley's cameo, the acting from Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, and Sally Field is still in chemistry, and Spider-Man's suit. And it really sucks that we just could have just gotten the Amazing Spider-Man 3 because this movie killed off Spider-Man for 2 years, and the Andrew Garfield films made less money compared to the Sam Raimi films. A third installment was scrapped, which really sucks because we could have gotten the Amazing Spider-Man 3, but no, because this movie killed off Spider-Man until Captain America Civil War. But now, thanks to Garfield redeeming in No Way Home, hopefully we'll get the Amazing Spider-Man 3. Coming in at 8th place is Spider-Man 3. Now, this is an underrated Spider-Man movie, but it is the weakest of the Sam Raimi trilogy. Tobey Maguire, Kristen Dunst, and James Franco have still do a great job playing Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson and Harry Osborn. Thomas Hayden Church did a good job playing the Sandman, and Topher Grace did a good job playing Eddie Brock, aka Venom. Rosemary Harris also did a great job in the movie as always as Aunt May. And J.K. Simmons still did awesome as always as J. Jonah Jameson. Now, I do like the symbiote Spider-Man suit, and I do like the Bully Maguire memes. And the battles are good, but the final battle is really what kicked it off. And with, Peter and Harry going against Venom and the Sandman. And at least that wasn't wasted, unlike the Amazing Spider-Man 2, which the villains just get underused. But this is technically one of the films I enjoy as a guilty pleasure, and one of the most underrated superhero slash comic book films I've seen. Coming in at 7th place is The Amazing Spider-Man from 2012. Now, this movie is an amazing movie, and it is darker compared to the Sam Raimi movies. Andrew Garfield definitely did a good job playing Peter Parker, but the only problem I had with him is that he didn't really look like Peter Parker, like Tobey Maguire. He just looked like Harry Osborn. Emma Stone definitely did an awesome job as Gwen Stacy. Rhys Ifans definitely did a good job playing the Lizard. We could have gotten Dylan Baker back, but it was alright. Sally Field also did a good job playing Aunt May, and Martin Sheen did a good job playing Uncle Ben. And this does tell the origin story, just like in the first Spider-Man movie from 2002. The battles are definitely awesome, and Spider-Man's suit does look very cool as well. Coming in at number 6 is the first Spider-Man movie from 2002. Now, this is my favorite movie of 2002. Tobey Maguire definitely knocked it out of the park as Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man. Kristen Dunst knocked it out of the park as Mary Jane Watson. Willem Dafoe definitely knocked it out of the park as Norman Osborn, aka the Green Goblin. James Franco definitely knocked it out of the park as Harry Osborn. Excuse me. Rosemary Harris definitely knocked it out of the park as Aunt May. And Cliff Robertson, rest in peace to him, knocked it out of the park as Ben Parker. And Joe Manganiello, I can't pronounce his last name right, knocked it out of the park as Flash Thompson. The battles are awesome, and the suit does look very cool, and Sam Raimi did an awesome job directing this movie, and I also do like the ring match scene where Spider-Man fights Bonesaw McGraw as well. Coming in at number 5 is Spider-Man Far From Home. Now, this movie is the best way to end off the Infinity Saga of the Marvel Cinematic Universe on a high note. And it has a really great plot of following the events after Avengers Endgame. Tom Holland is awesome as always as Spider-Man. Samuel L. Jackson is awesome as always as Nick Fury. Jake Gyllenhaal knocked it out of the park as Mysterio. Marissa Tomei still did a great job playing Aunt May. Jacob Batalon is awesome as always as Ned Leeds. Tony Rivoli is funny as always as Flash Thompson. Kobe Smulders is awesome as always as Maria Hill. Martin Starr is awesome as always as Mr. Harrington. JB Smoove did an awesome performance in this movie. And I noticed this shows like archives from the first Iron Man movie from 2008 and Captain America Civil War. The battles are awesome and the action is awesome as well. And 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 it really did a good job ending the Infinity Saga on a high note. And one of my favorite movies of 2019, but Avengers Endgame is my favorite movie of 2019. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Tied with Avengers Infinity War. Coming in at fourth place is Spider-Man Homecoming. Now, this is one of my favorite movies of 2017. I did like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and Thor Ragnarok, but this is one of my favorite movies of 2017. And this does take place after Captain America Civil War. Tom Holland knocked it out of the park in his first full appearance in the MCU as Spider-Man, aka Peter Parker. Michael Keaton knocked it out of the park as the Vulture, aka Adrian Toomes. Robert Downey Jr. is awesome as always as Tony Stark, aka Iron Man. Marissa Tomei does an awesome job playing a young Aunt May. Jacob Boughton does a great job playing Ned Leeds. Zendaya does a great job playing Michelle Jones. Tony Rivoli is funny as Flash Thompson when he said, "Sup, penis Parker?" And when I say penis, you say Parker. Penis Parker. Penis Parker. And just give me a second. Laura Harrier did a great job playing Liz Allen. Jennifer Connelly did a great job playing the computer voice, and I'll just call it, but also aka Karen. I think she's much better in that compared to that god-awful Hulk movie from 2003. Jon Favreau is awesome as always as Happy Hogan. The Shocker, I can say he does look very cool, but I think they just could have used like his suit from like the comics and the cartoon. Chris Evans does a good job playing Captain America, but they like show him on like the TVs and stuff and in a post-credit scene. Martin Starr did a great job playing Mr. Harrington, and he was in the Incredible Hulk movie from 2008 as a guy eating pizza. And it does show like Peter's diary of Captain America Civil War when they're battling, when Iron Man's Avengers battles Captain America's Avengers. And this does a good job taking the place after Captain America Civil War. And it's nice to see Gwyneth Paltrow back after Iron Man 3. And it's a step up over the god-awful Amazing Spider-Man 2. Coming in at third place is Spider-Man 2. Now, I can say this is the best movie in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. My favorite movie from 2004 is The Incredibles, but I did like this movie and enjoyed it as well. Tobey Maguire is awesome as always as Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man. Kristen Dunst is awesome as always as Mary Jane Watson. Alfred Molina definitely knocked it out of the park as Dr. Otto Octavius, aka Dr. Octopus. James Franco is awesome as always as Harry Osborn. Bruce Campbell does a great cameo in this movie as an usher. J.K. Simmons is awesome as always as J. Jonah Jameson. Dylan Baker definitely knocked it out of the park as Dr. Curtis Connors. Hal Sparks did a great cameo as an elevator passenger. And the battles are awesome, and the final battle is definitely awesome as well. Coming in at second place is Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, this is my favorite movie of 2021 and the best live-action Spider-Man movie to date. Tom Holland is awesome as always as Spider-Man. Excuse me. Zendaya is awesome as always as Michelle Jones. Benedict Cumberbatch is awesome as always as Doctor Strange. Jacob Boughton does an awesome job in this movie. Willem Dafoe definitely did an awesome job reprising his role as Norman Osborn, aka the Green Goblin. Alfred Molina did an awesome job reprising his role as Dr. Otto Octavius, aka Dr. Octopus. Thomas Hayden Church did a good job reprising his role as the Sandman. Rhys Ifans did a good job reprising his role as the Lizard. And Jamie Foxx definitely redeems his role as Electro from the god-awful Amazing Spider-Man 2. And Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield do an awesome job reprising their roles as both of their versions of Peter Parker. The battles are awesome, especially that final battle, and this does actually take place after Far From Home, and it also does a great job setting up the Multiverse of Madness. In one post-credit scene, you can see the Multiverse of Madness trailer, and the other post-credit scene, you can see Midtown's graduation, and I also did see the more fun stuff version in theaters, and this is the best live-action Spider-Man movie to date. Coming in at number 1 is definitely Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse. Now, this is the best Spider-Man movie to date, and the best Sony Pictures animation film, and my favorite film of 2018. Jake Johnson and Chris Pine Chris Pine did an awesome job voicing Peter Parker. Shameik Moore did an awesome job voicing Miles Morales. Haley Steinfeld did an awesome job voicing Gwen Stacy. Liev Schreiber definitely did an awesome job voicing the Kingpin, and Mahershala Ali did an awesome job voicing the Prowler. I noticed Donald Glover played him in Homecoming, but this time in that movie he has a suit. The villains are cool, but yes, there's a lot of villains such as the Tombstone and the Scorpion and the female version of Dr. Octopus. Nicolas Cage. Oh, sorry. But they do not get underused, unlike that god-awful Amazing Spider-Man 2. Brian Tyree Henry did an awesome job voicing Jefferson Davis, aka Miles Morales' dad. Nicolas Cage did an awesome job in this movie. Spider-Ham was definitely a funny comic relief character. And the Tombstone and the Scorpion were actually good villains as well, along with the Kingpin along with the Kingpin and the female Dr. Octopus. And I noticed in a post-credit scene there's Spider-Man goes back in time to 1967, and it shows one of the clips from it shows one scene from the 1967 cartoon, and that post-credit scene was awesome as well. The battles are awesome. The animation is reading a comic, and this is actually the best Spider-Man movie to date. And rest in peace to Stan Lee, by the way. I did like Avengers Infinity War, but I do like this movie as well. And this is the best Spider-Man movie to date. So tell me your rankings of all the Spider-Man movies in your opinion in the comments below. And tell me your favorite Spider-Man movie and your least favorite Spider-Man movie in the comments below as well. Excuse me. So that's all for this video. Like and subscribe, and this is me signing out.